Fela Kuti, the revolutionary maestro of African liberation through music. Born on October 15, 1938, in Abeokuta, Nigeria, Fela Anikulapo Kuti was destined to become an icon of African liberation and a legendary figure in the world of music. Fela's story is one of courage, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to fighting for Africa's liberty and unity, using his music as a potent weapon. From a young age, Fela was surrounded by music. His parents were prominent figures in the Nigerian music scene, and he grew up listening to a diverse range of African and Western musical styles. However, it was during his years studying music in London in the 1960s that Fela's revolutionary spirit was awakened. Fela's awakening came at a crucial time in African history. Many African countries were gaining independence from colonial rule, and Fela was inspired by the struggles of his fellow Africans for freedom and self-determination. He saw the exploitation and oppression of his people by corrupt governments, both African and Western, and he was determined to use his music as a weapon to fight against it. In the 1970s, Fela returned to Nigeria and formed his band, Africa 70. He pioneered a unique style of music known as Afrobeat, which fused traditional African rhythms with funk, jazz, and soul, creating a revolutionary sound that was both infectious and politically charged. Fela's lyrics were powerful messages of resistance, denouncing corruption, social injustice, and government oppression. Fela's music was not just entertainment, it was a call to action. He used his songs to expose the injustices he saw around him, to challenge the status quo, and to inspire Africans to rise up and demand their rights. His music became a powerful tool for social and political activism, and he used it fearlessly to challenge those in power. Fela's activism was not without consequences. He faced numerous threats, harassment, and arrests from the Nigerian government, which saw him as a threat to their authority. But Fela was undeterred. He continued to use his music to speak out against oppression and fight for the liberation of Africa. In 1977, Fela released his iconic album Zombie, which criticized the Nigerian military dictatorship and its brutal tactics. The government responded by sending soldiers to raid his commune, Kalakuta Republic, where they brutally beat him and threw his mother out of a window, leading to her death. Despite this horrific incident, Fela remained resolute in his fight for Africa's freedom and unity. Fela's music and activism had a profound impact not just in Nigeria, but across Africa and the world. His songs were anthems for the oppressed, and his message resonated with millions of people who were struggling against tyranny and oppression. He inspired a generation of musicians and activists to use their voices and talents for social change. Fela's legacy continues to thrive even after his death in 1997. His music is still celebrated, and his message of freedom, justice, and unity is still relevant today. His influence can be seen in the music of artists like Burna Boy, Femi Kuti, and many others who continue to use music as a tool for social and political activism. Fela Kuti was not just a musician, he was a revolutionary maestro who used his music as a weapon to fight for Africa's liberty and unity. His courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to social justice have left an indelible mark on African history and inspired generations to come. Fela Kuti will forever be remembered as a legendary figure who used his art to challenge the status quo and fight for the liberation of Africa.